those who are disabled and those who are not disabled. This is the objective, the general objective of day 2 session. So here, I have already summarized what you have learned yesterday. And the feeling, I have shared my feelings, and yours remain, so because of time, I will jump here. So the specific objective here in day 2. 1, describe what is stress. This has been elucidated by the first presenter. Describe how teacher stress can affect the student. You have already did this. List strategies to cope with stress, sign and symptom. And here now, my session will start from here. Especially coping strategy for student stress and distress. These are all the session or the topic that you have been studying, especially. I think you have already did this. You start here. You start here.
Yeah, we stop here.
You did these activities.
No, we didn't.
I think you did this.
Go back again.
No.
Huh?
No, we have done this.
Well, we can.
You did this. You did this. Okay, now this is my portion is here. I start here. This is where
Yeah.
this is good. Okay.
Good night.
So in the morning, we have been introduced to the concept of stress and I hope the concept of distress. So as you know, stress, especially, it is our body reaction to a certain stimuli. So naturally, our body can react if something occurs. Can be in a negative way or in a positive way. So if our body reacts to a certain order, if bad things happen, especially become worried, tension, unhappy, especially the reactions, if it can be positive or negative, that can be expressed. But when it comes to distress, it is especially a differ. There is a difference in duration here now when we come to distress because there are different types of stress. EU stress, it is the positive stress, but distress is the negative stress. So now here, as you have already come across the concept of stress, so here, how can you manage stress, especially and distress in students? Because teaching itself, it is what? It is a stressor. There are different stressors. Teaching itself, it carries different discomfort. It comes with different worries. It comes with different bad things. Even going all days with that attendance sheet in the school. That was the bad thing for me when I was in high school. Especially in DIPA. I was assigned in 2009 as a counselor. And they let me help them to teach with civic. I say, no, my job is counselor. Let me do my work. They say, no, you need to teach civic. I say, okay, if I teach civic now, we are out of the rule because I'm not trained on this field. They say, no, we think you know that. We know it, but professionally, it is not allowed. So as I take that course, immediately, always in the morning, even if I don't have a period, I should go and sign on that attendance sheet. Just place it at the director office there, at the entrance, so you can go and sign. If you delay, you will be removed. And if you come once, if it is already removed, you are absent. You come on that. That thing only, it can create worry and unhappiness for many, especially for me at that time. I don't think I will be free from that attendance sheet. Even if your period is on the 6th, you have to go in the morning to sign and then come. So teaching, even in the school, you are dealing with different issues. There are some students who have bad behavior, they can misbehave. even beyond your thinkings. Anything that you didn't even, you can't imagine can happen. And then dealing with all those matters in the school, it can be a stressful work itself. So, plus the life demand of a student. So different things can rise, especially related to the concept of stress. So here, the concept here which is needed to be mastered here now, you need to recognize the signs of interest, especially in the student. So that will help to explain the student behavior, help teacher identify how best to support their student, and ultimately allow teacher to support their student psychosocial well-being. So here, the first thing here, this is the concept that matters now here. What? Recognize it. Now we are teachers. First, before going to investigate anything, the first step is assessment. Assessment take the first step. Even in clinic, diagnosis take the first step before prognosis. Before prescribing a medicine, you need to assess. You need to find out what is wrong there. Then you will prescribe. So first, before going to deal with a student stress, you need to recognize what are the signs and symptoms of stress in a student. That is the first aspect. Because if you don't know the sign and symptom which can show up in student life or behavior, you don't even get the ability to deal with them because you don't know those problems. You might just leave as they haven't any problem. You might just simply pass away. You might turn a blind eye as there is nothing bad with them. Because of what? You don't know the sign of stress in a student. So here the difficulties come. Because you cannot solve a thing that you have no any knowledge about it. So as a teacher here now, you need to recognize the sign of stress, especially in the students. And then, because children show sign of stress differently, you need to come also to the age variation. There's a difference in age. The way our 3 years old child show up stress, it is quite different from the way our adult show or express the way how they feel. So you need to know the variation, age variation, because there's a variation depending on the ages. So children show sign of stress differently depending on age, and that teacher must adapt their approaches to support accordingly. You need to support each and every person or each and every student accordingly based on their age and based on their sign or symptom that they show. So, responding to student distress, as I say, distress means
Negative.
it is the negative feelings, the negative form. Stress, sometimes the degree of stress that you are feeling, if it is just a little, it can be normal, it can be supported. Stress. Totally, it doesn't mean that totally stress is bad thing, no. Is food good or bad?
Good.
Food is good, on average, on the normal. If it become excess, it will be bad. If it become also lower, it will be bad. If I eat around 10 injera now, you will see what I'm going through. 10 injera. There will be something. There will be discomfort. The digestion system also will be discomfort, will be disturbed because of all those. So, any normal, on the normal, stress can be good on the normal, but if it becomes beyond an excess, it changes shape into what? Distress. The negative one. This is the thing that can affect most of our daily activities. Even can lead us to depression gradually. It is a long, if you stay longer in a stress, it will be distress. Staying longer in a stress, staying longer in a discomfort, staying longer in a worry, staying longer in a tension, staying longer in unhappiness, that will be distress. Because it will hinder each and every progress that you made in every day. It will hinder. It will decrease the interest, it will decrease the commitment, it will decrease everything that you have been doing if you stay longer here. So at this time, you should know that there is something wrong. And then you can also convert it to student. They might have the same problem. So here, some students may have a traumatic experience, trauma, especially teacher who teach in refugee camp. How many of you come from refugee camp? Schools? Show me your hands.
Majority.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So, the student in refugee camp, most of them they have this problem. Most of them. But it doesn't mean that those who are in those communities they don't have trauma. They have also. So trauma, especially, it can be PTS, post-traumatic disorder, trauma, it can be that because of something bad has occurred to that person, now that thing is not going anywhere. It comes back as a nightmare. It comes back as a dream. It comes back as in different forms, and it keeps disturbing the person. There were one problem occurred, especially in many years ago. One of our lecturers told us, especially when we were doing our master degree, said that there is one lady, her husband and all children were just killed in front of her while she's watching them. So immediately she lost control and she don't know about herself, the place where she is, and the place where she goes. She know nothing about all this. So I let my lecture the Jojuna, Bara, Filafitana. Jamazum Bulabata, it's Simon. Because that was said, you know, zero, finish. Because so what about Jimmy? She don't know her name. She don't know what happened to her. She don't know where she come from. She don't know where she is, and she don't know. She started a new life. Rasa attack. Kaya in the maita, in the vantage attack. Kaya in the one she don't know. Someone in the one, she don't know. She don't. Because of what? Something unexpected occur. So that thing now will keep disturbing that lady or that woman if early treatment is not set in a place. So trauma can be a bruise in the heart. It is considered as a wound in the heart and in the mind. In the kusul nagar trauma. Which you want to say kusul, libus, thinking was I'm rose in mikar kusul. If you have a wound here, and if you don't cover that wound, if you go through different things, there are many things that will keep disturbing you. Zira kusur kalau, tenaga terderek wem kalta shafan, buzu nagaros gababatan wem sar nagar menamun pencet menamun trayaga. Sinakayama. So trauma also the same. So children or students have this problem. Teacher need to be careful, especially in the classroom, not to touch anything which is linked to what makes them feel this problem. And then you come is used to be especially triggers kalu. And let's say that now. Say to you, Bijochuana, Abaro, the Fidel and the Bakmare, a so my that. I come and die the regime. Filmochu, so it is not good, even to wear us. Because it will take that lady back to that place. Now that's why I say that no need of beating or punishing children anymore. We need to have what? Positive discipline. Because some of our students, they have been in a bad condition, they have been beaten badly. And now if you try to beat them again or to punish them, they will go back to that experience. And now the ተገርፎ ነው የመጡ ወይም ቡድን ሰቃይ ውስጥ ሊቆዩ ትምህርት ቤት ደግሞ ፈነሽመንት ስናደርግ ስንገርፋቸው ወይም ቅጣት ስንቀጣ ወደዛኛው ነው ያኛው ስሜት እንደገና ይመለሳል። It will come back that feelings. So as a teacher we need to be careful, especially because sometimes we can be the source of this triggering or especially triggering this traumatic problem. So some students may have a traumatic experience that may result in more extreme severe, can be a severe expression of stress, also sometimes called distress. They might stay longer in that condition. So can you think of extreme or severe expression of stress or distress you have either seen from your student or could possibly see from your student? Now let me give you this one. Let you, one or two of you reflect on this question. Can you think? This is a question of thinking. Can you think of extreme or severe? Just go back now to your school. There were a sign or symptom that your students show in relation to distress in your school. Have you come across this one? Have you faced this problem, this challenge? እንደዚህ አይነት ችግር ያጋጥመው ሰው አለ እዚህ እናንተ በትምህርት ቤታችሁ ውስጥ ቆያን stress, distress. Nothing? Okay. Or that student, those services, so they can be treated. So if a student requires support beyond the strategy on the underhour especially, it means, as we have discussed, that their psychosocial needs are too severe for a teacher to address. What should you do if you encounter a student like this? The recommended it is just to refer them to specialized service. Don't deal with them. If it become out of your professional, out of trained individuals. So this is given for professional trained individuals. And if teacher try to engage in counseling or trauma care without specialized training, they could potentially cause more harm than signs of distress. Are signs of distress the same across all age? No, not the same. What are some strategies to support students showing severe signs of psychosocial distress? Should teacher try to provide counseling or trauma healing? No. If teacher knows student need specialized support, what should they do? Just referring. So before proceeding to the concept, I will leave this